Hey guys, this is Dan with Gears and Gadgets. Thanks for tuning in. So no, I am not coming to you guys with another live wire video. I do have this bike for the next 30 days or so. I'm really excited to put some miles on this thing and tell you guys what I think about it. I have quite a bit of content planned with this. This is gonna have to wait about a week because I also have a Slingshot that was delivered to the house. We are going to go and take this thing for a ride and put it through some proper testing up in Tortilla Flat. So before we get on the road, I do want to talk about a couple things, creature comforts that are kind of hard to show on the road. But number one is storage in the back. I was a little concerned about this unit at first in terms of taking it for a daily driver because I do intend on using this as a commuter next week, getting back and forth to work. And it does have plenty of storage. You can see this is a full face Shoei RF 1400. Doing it one-handed is not the easiest, but that does fit. This is lockable storage, so you can keep things safe, which is important because when I'm using this as a commuter, I will have a backpack with computers and things like that, so camera gear. And honestly, some of the best security you could ever have is out of sight, out of mind. The fact that it is behind the seat does help kind of keep it hidden. You also have some armrest storage in here. Not a whole lot, but enough that you can throw some keys. A nice glove box that I've already put a GoPro in. This unit does have Apple CarPlay capability. It only works on this USB port down here. It doesn't work on the USB port in the glove box. So you see here, CarPlay is available, which does require pairing to a Bluetooth headset, which I did pair to my Cardo Pack Talk Bold.
So this is the area heading over to Tortilla Flat, and I do want to mention that it is Easter weekend, so there is a great possibility that it's going to be pretty busy back in this area, which might limit how much pushing I can do, but usually you can, in this situation, just kind of fall back for a minute and give yourself little spurts of spirited driving. So while we're heading in here to the more fun areas, it'll gradually start to become more twisty and turny. We'll talk about, I guess, the power of this thing, which it is powered by a 2.0 liter. It is just under 2000 cc, and this is a Pro Star. This is an actual Polaris designed motor, this 2 liter. Prior to that, they used to have the 2.3 liter, I believe it was, EcoTech. It was a GM motor. I think it was in 2019, I want to say. I don't have all these facts down, but they did design their own motor in-house, and it is definitely respectable. It has a really, really good exhaust note. It feels snappy and responsive. I will tell you, this thing is plenty powerful for what it is. The power to weight ratio, it feels perfect. Now, you could probably get a little more toony with this thing and start doing some aftermarket stuff to try to increase some of that power. But one of my critiques of this Slingshot is I would say that you should probably pay for the upgrade to the Brembo 4-piston brakes, because the standard brakes on this are just 1 piston, and while the brakes are fine, there is an awful lot of brake effort. I would love to actually, honestly, get my hands on one of these things with the Brembos, because I have a sneaking suspicion that I think it was like $2,000 for that package, that if you're buying one of these, I would guess that package would be absolutely worth it after experiencing what this has. Now, it does stop, it's fine, and it does have ABS and all of that. This thing is standard with actually a lot of really good features: traction control, stability control. There's an awful lot of tech packed into this thing, and as you can see here, even having Apple CarPlay, which is very nice. This is a great area to come up and ride. I will bring the live wire up here for sure, because it's a great place to come and test her out. What's up, guys? You're gonna make my video. Pretty cool. Oop, Viper. What's up, bro? But yeah, I mean, the design of these things, these slingshots, is it is gnarly. If I were to buy one of these, I think that I would definitely do the canopy, mainly because, well, I did have some really, really early skin cancer thing happen a couple years ago. It was removed, all was good. So in Arizona here, man, the heat, even right now it's only 80 degrees outside, but man, the sun, it hits different in Arizona. That's why I tend to wear these longer sleeve things all the time, because it's just kind of nice to keep the sun off you a little bit. So before we start moving, actually I do want to show you guys real quick. Before I plug back into CarPlay, you can see you do get engine temperatures and things. There is so much to this infotainment system from Polaris. They do a really, really good job with this thing. You get these current rides, elevation change, tells you kind of like a whole ride recap, which is really, really cool. Yeah, there's just a lot here, but I am a huge fan of Apple CarPlay. I like the fact that you can just plug in, toss your phone in the glove box. One critique I do have, the USB port inside the glove box does not seem to hook up to CarPlay, so you have to have kind of this weird run there, but I prefer to have my phone in there because it gets real hot out here. So let's go ahead, we'll let these bikes go ahead of us. Yeah. It's the only downfall of holiday weekends is these areas are way busier. Second gear. You know, these things, which is interesting, is they rev real high, so I tend to want to short shift these things, and this is probably actually a good second gear pull area. You can wind these things out. Again, red line's 8,500. Yeah, this is something I could definitely imagine as somebody who wants to just get out and drive a nice spirited drive. That was 7,000 RPM. And I don't want to run up on these guys, so I'll kind of let them go. There's another pull off right up here. I'm going to pull off again, and I'll come back to you guys when I have a better gap that I can kind of jump on this thing a little bit more. Like I said, I don't own it, so I'm not trying to get too crazy with it. Now the hill hold assist is nice. It just did it for me there. Did it for me there too. It'll hold for a second and then it'll release to let you roll back, but it does hold for a second, so if you're trying to get on the clutch, it works out really, really well. So I think I have a good gap here. Yeah, oh yeah, perfect. This guy's going real slow. Alright, let's go. So those guys ahead of me should be pretty far ahead that I can rip through this section here. I do lack the brake power that I would like to really kind of dive into that corner, but man, that is really, really fun. That is really fun. And then now I'm back up on the back of a CRV. But in terms of who I think this is for, it's definitely somebody who wants something that's unique, because this is absolutely unique. But as somebody who wants to, I guess, be like a weekend driver, maybe not necessarily track daying kind of things, but just getting out and doing stuff like this, exploring, maybe with a spouse, just going out and having a good time. I think it's for the kind of person that just wants a unique vehicle. If you're watching this video, I guess as like a confirmation bias, because you're either have bought one and it's on its way, or you're thinking about buying one and you want someone to tell you that it's a good idea, I am definitely here to tell you that if it's something you're into, I wouldn't not buy one. They're really awesome. We are going to do exactly what this thing is called, and that is slingshotting. So when you go to these demo rides for like Harley and stuff like that, they'll tell you no slingshotting, which is essentially just letting the traffic ahead of you get ahead, so you kind of drop back and then you slingshot. You gun it and kind of catch back up again.
Slingshot engaged.
I don't want to run up on these guys, so that is very fun. Honestly, that's basically kind of what you have to do out here is slingshot. You got to let these guys get ahead, so drop back down. And if you want to just have a little fun through some of these twists and turns, just got to get a little distance between you. And that is very, very fun driving. And then while you're giving them distance and enjoying the view, it's just kind of all part of this experience to me is being able to get out here, have a great time just smashing the throttle, and then when you slow down to give yourself space for the next go around, you've got just all of this absolutely beautiful area to just admire. And then down here is Tortilla Flats. We have a couple more twists and turns. Let's get on it. So I do a lot of running down into this area, and usually when I get down here, like, there's not a whole lot here. It's just, I guess, getting to this little stretch of road. There's like one little restaurant here, and that's basically what all these guys are doing, is they're just riding down here and hanging out for a little bit and then riding back. You know what? We're gonna skip going in there because there's not a whole lot to see. We're going back here. Yeah. I don't go past that point very often, but today we are. Now, I don't come back here often, so I'm not going to push too hard. The drop-offs off the side of here is if you go, she gone. You're probably like 100-foot drop-off there, so we're not looking to go down there today. But we are looking to have a little bit of fun. We are going to turn around and head back down because nobody's behind us, or nobody's coming down that way. The suspension on this is actually really, really good. So, in terms of feeling confident taking these corners, you definitely do. The only thing that's, I guess, adds to the excitement is the fact that it is a single rear wheel that, with that, doesn't have the same amount of traction on the backside, but that is, I guess, kind of what is a big part of the allure of these things, is it's fun. It really creates a different element to the drive. pushing it through these corners. Your power is being pushed from the rear end, and then the steering on the front is really solid. So very, very fun, very fun. I will actually take this out, I think, maybe tonight. Take it down to another area where I think this would be a big selling point. But I'll leave that for another video and share that with you guys later. But there's several different areas where I think this thing has its uses. So with that being said, guys, I'm going to sign off for now. Probably throw it to a little more of a just straight up riding montage out of here. And I'll do a couple more videos on this thing. Again, I am going to take it out later tonight. I will be doing a week-long-ish, give or take a day, commuting on the Slingshot or in the Slingshot, and share that with you guys. So that will wrap this video for now, which is just the fun twisties segment of my Slingshot review. So thank you guys very much for tuning in. If this is your first time tuning in, please hit that subscribe button down below. Remember, likes go a long way to help support the channel. I will see you guys next time.